Hello, here we go, it's the Copite Podcast.
What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to another Copite Podcast. Having a little chat about Jay not wanting to get that trophy back, but also, well, we might be going for that trophy next year, and also another trophy if we buck our ideas up and win this last game on Sunday. Yeah, it's a mad one, isn't it, Jimmy? Because we've said this a load of times, it seems like, but we didn't think this would ever be the case. Obviously, when the news came out that there was going to be fans in the last game, it was great news, wasn't it? But we didn't realise just how big this game would be at that time, because we thought it was all dead and buried, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, mate. We're in, we're out, we're in, we're out. It's like banging an horrible prostitute, isn't it? You're in and out all the time. I can't believe that we're sat here now with one game to go. We're currently in fourth place, and it could be a possibility that we're going to get in the Champions League. It's mad. Considering February, we thought we were out of it. From a league perspective, obviously, we're still in the competition by then. But yeah, I thought we were out of it by the end of March. That April, we weren't going to get back in it. But we've been very lucky with the results that have happened around us, and you can only concentrate on your own game. We've been in great form over the past few weeks, which has been fantastic. Credit to the boys on that front. And yeah, we just, like I said, we've done our job, and the results around us have worked out in our favour, which has led us to be in this position going into the final day. Yeah,
and it's a nice one, isn't it? Because we, like I said, it's been a mad fucking season, and it's kind of like, I'm glad it's ending, but I'm also glad that we've got this opportunity to kind of wrap it up in the most perfect way. Like, we've got fans back there, we've got the top fours in our own hands. If we play our cards right, we're in it for next year. So there's a lot riding on it. But Klopp's presser was today as well, and I've just watched that just before, and he said you can't imagine how excited that he is to see everyone back there, and he wants to see the best support possible, and doesn't want, obviously, people moaning and groaning after 5 minutes if we're not 4-0 up or whatever. But I don't think there'll be any of that, really. I think it'll just be, everyone's just going to be pumped to be back in that fucking stadium for the first time for what feels like years.
I know. Yeah, I mean, like you said, we had a few thousand fans, didn't we? Yeah, over the period. But this is going to be something else, and it's brilliant. Unfortunately, we weren't successful in the ballot, but we will be there. We'll probably be in Smokies on Great Charlotte Street, or we might be in Maze, having a few bevies and stuff like that, mate. But it'll just be great to hear that noise again. It really, really will. It'll be quite emotional as well, because there's a lot of stuff happening on Sunday, and I think if you're ever going to need the crowd to G you up to make sure you finish the job off, this is the game. And it just feels like all the pieces are falling in at the right time. So yeah, really excited to hear that noise of the crowd.
Yeah, it's going to be, I mean, when you watch back videos from 2 years ago, which feels like 10 years ago, it's just that noise when a goal goes in, or a big tackle, or just little things like that, where it just, we don't realise how much it affects us until we didn't have it. And I think we've kind of come to the conclusion that we do fucking need those fans in there to make a big difference to how we play. But another thing that Klopp went on to, I mean, he's probably got sick to the fucking back teeth about getting asked about Gini Wijnaldum, but he got asked again today. It might be the last time he gets asked, we don't know yet. But he got asked again today, and I think he didn't really say anything. He just said, we can't say anything, but I think he said he's a sensational fella, and we'll see after the game or whenever what happens. But it looks like he is going to be leaving, and it is quite fitting that on this day 4 years ago, Gini got that crucial first goal against Middlesbrough in a game that we needed to win to qualify for the Champions League that year. So, and then Sunday could be his last. So it's kind of full circle, and it comes back to what I said before. It's like the perfect storm that we could say, give Gini the send-off, get top 4, have the fans back in there, and it could be a perfect day for all involved, couldn't it?
Absolutely, mate. And that goal from Gini just on the stroke of half time against Middlesbrough was sort of the catalyst to obviously winning that game. But that game was the catalyst to put us where we are today, I think. It's quite underrated, the importance of that goal. It got us back in Europe. It got us on the road to Kiev. We built from there. And obviously the trophy laden 2 campaigns that we've had has been fantastic since. So I don't think it gets appreciated or remembered as well as it should do. No doubt it will probably get mentioned quite a bit on Sunday, because I think everyone knows what this has happened before, and Gini's leaving, and like you said, mate, there's all them catalysts so it'll get talked about constantly. Sticking on the Gini Wijnaldum thing, I think we all know now. I think we know he's leaving. It's pretty much set. It's not set in stone. I think from our mindset it is. And yeah, the fella will get a good send off in front of the crowd, and he deserves that. Regardless of what people think of him in terms of his performances, the way they've been up and down, the man's been immense since the day he first put on a Liverpool shirt. I thought he was. I didn't really know much about him before we signed him. And yeah, what a player he's been for us. He's been that foundation. He's been one of those foundation players, and I liken him to Lallana in that respect, where they were arguably the two names on Klopp's team sheet every week, the first names, and he deserves all the recognition and the credit for what he's done for this football club since he's been here. And good luck to him. I've got no ill will against him whatsoever. Yeah, what about you?
Yeah, I just think there's been if you read on Twitter too much, which is a bad thing, you just see a lot of people like slating his last few games where he's not celebrated and whatever else. He looks like he's not completely there, but I think it's just, you can't use that as a way as a bat to beat him with. I think he's been tremendous. Like, he came as an attacking midfielder. I think he was a winger when he was at PSV before that. So he's an attacking player, and he's came in, completely abandoned all those qualities that he's got, and we know he's got those qualities still, because he still does that for the Netherlands when he goes and plays for them. So we know he's got those skills, and he comes in and does what he's done for us, and he's helped us go on to win the two biggest trophies in world footy, in the Premier League and the Champions League. So he goes with the biggest blessing from all of us, doesn't he? And he goes down as a legend for what he's done. But yeah, like Dan says there, Gini has been much better and a completely different type of player and person than what I thought we were signing at the time from Newcastle. Yeah, I think it's a mad one, because I think he scored a couple against us for Newcastle, and you're like, bloody hell, this player's decent. But what he's done for us is completely different to what he was doing for Newcastle, and the fact that he's been in and around, and he's been in most of Klopp's squads, pretty much all of them, or pretty much always in the team, never injured really, a great fella in the dressing room. It seems like obviously it's going to be the right time for him to leave, and like you said, he goes with our blessing, doesn't he?
100%, mate. Yeah, there's loads of stuff. We could do a whole podcast on Gini Wijnaldum and the service he's done for him. I'll always sort of have that nice affiliation with the number 5 shirt now because of him and Daniel Agger. So it's really good. And yeah, like I said, mate, he's been brilliant for us. He's always played with a smile on his face. He's always done us proud when he has played. Obviously, this season there's been a bit up and down, but the first half of the season he was very, very good for us. He was that catalyst on the driving force. People have questioned his performances. It's hard. People question my performances in previous jobs when I knew I was leaving, or I knew my heart wasn't in it anymore, or anything like that. We don't know. We don't know what goes on and stuff like that, so you can't really look at it that way. I don't even want to go into what happened last summer with the whole Thiago Gini Wijnaldum thing, because yeah, I just became the fucking villain with that, didn't I? When people don't understand what I was fucking saying, pricks. But yeah, he goes with our blessing, mate, and the crowd will give him a good send off. There'll be nobody in that crowd on Sunday that'll boo him. I can pretty much guarantee that. Yeah,
it's gonna be a good day hopefully for him. But another person that may have potentially played his last game is Ozan Kabak, and I know he's done an interview today with Paul Joyce from the Times and said these 5 months have been very good for me, so of course I want to stay at Liverpool. It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because I mean, Kabak's he's played 13 games for us in his time at the club, and he got a bit of slating in his earlier games where he didn't look quite up to it, but he seemed to be getting better every game up until the injury he had. And I think even if he doesn't stick around, he's done himself the world of good, hasn't he, in terms of proving that he can play in the Premier League and maybe getting a move to a better club off the back of it if it's not us.
Yeah, let's not forget he's only 20 years of age as well, so he's been thrust into the mix there quite. What's the word? There's a word I'm looking for, but he's been thrown into the deep end there as a 20-year-old player. He was playing for Schalke. We're not getting much plaudits because you're playing in that type of defence, but he's come in and he's done an all right job for us. He's had man of the match a couple of times, and yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? The emergence of Nat Phillips, especially the last 6 months, has been phenomenal. So there's now that question of the Kanate stuff. Is that going to happen? It looks like it is going to happen, but after Timo Werner, you can never say what fucking transfers are happening now, can you? But if that happens and we get Van Dijk back and we've got Gomez back, Kabak's your fourth. If Konate comes in, or is Kabak, we've not taken that option on him, or there hasn't been any announcement of it. We haven't signed him on a permanency yet. There's been no rumours of it. There's been more rumours of him leaving in terms of another deal. There's the thing about Leipzig wanting him, so there's like that 3D chess, 4D chess going along, that sort of like, all right, well, Konate's going to go to Liverpool, so I'll tell you what, we'll get Kabak from then. That's how it works. So it's weird. I wouldn't be, I'm not in, I'm not out with Kabak. I wouldn't be bothered if he stayed, and I probably won't be bothered if he goes either, mate. It's one of them. 18 million quid's not a lot of money for a 20-year-old in that respect. And he's had a good 6 months with us, and he can only get better, and that's the exciting part. But we'll just see, won't we? What about you?
Yeah, I think maybe he's done better than we expected, but I think if we got him on this loan and with the hope probably of trying to seal a Konate, which looks like it is going to happen. So if Konate is the first choice, it doesn't make sense to also buy a Kabak for 18 million when you've also got Phillips, who's played his way into some fucking amazing form for out of nowhere, which is he needs to be sticking around as well. So there's probably is too many. So like I said, he'll go. If he goes to someone else, he's going to go to a good club. Even in the Premier League, he could do a job for most of them. But I think for the song alone, I'd like to keep him because I'd love to hear that Kabak song. Fucking love it. But before we finish up, we've got to talk about Roy Hodgson. It's going to be his last game as a manager. But thoughts on Roy. As Darren Farley says, it was just unfortunate with his time at the club, wasn't it? Like, we were shite. He's shite. There was a match made in fucking hell. It just didn't work at all. Some of the shit he was saying after the game, saying we're not too big for the relegation. After the game against Everton, he was saying all kinds of shit like, oh, that was a good spectacle for English footy, but it was unfortunate Liverpool didn't win. Like, fuck off. Just stop chatting shite. But he's a good manager and he's a good fella. It's just that he was talking a load of shit at the time, and we got him out. That was the main thing. He just wasn't the right fit, was he, at the time? No,
I just that whole period of life surrounding football at the time, I just want to forget. I really, really do. It sends shivers down my spine thinking of it. I don't look back on the memories very fondly with Roy Hodgson. The fact that you said, weren't too big relegation and all that sort of stuff is just, it was a good time to be a Liverpool fan back then. Just not good at all, mate. But I just hope he doesn't fucking spoil the party. I really don't, because Palace have a habit of spoiling our parties in terms of last games of the season. They did it to Steven Gerrard. That was horrendous. It's. I'm just worried, mate. I really am, because it's a really, really important game. He'll want to go out with a bang. Roy Hodgson, he'll really, really want to finish strongly with Palace. Don't blame him if it's your last game out of a career. I mean, I still can't believe he's working at his age. Fair play to him on that one. But I just don't want them to spoil it, because it would be fucking typical of our entire season if that actually happens.
It would be like I said, it's the perfect storm there if it goes in the right way. But if it doesn't, it's gonna be a fucking shit day, isn't it? If God forbid they somehow get a fucking result out of that. But we've done.
This is the Hodgson era.
Again, that was all under the Adidas moniker. It did very, very well. Cue the Roy Hodgson era.
Yeah, that just says it all, mate. So let's just not go down that road in terms of it's got to be a happy day Sunday. It really has, and just give Roy Hodgson go and fuck off to retirement type thing.
Yeah, well, best way to leave there, because I was just going to mention your new video, and that was the old video, wasn't it? About you talking about the old. Was that about the old kit? That video, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was the old. That was the Nike deal in general. That one.
Yeah, but if you haven't, Jay's just put out a nice little video in the last hour or two about the new kit and some of the history of the kit as well, and his thoughts on the orange bit on the kit and all stuff like that. So if you haven't had a look at that, go and have a look at that. Yeah, we'll leave it there, Jay, because short and sweet. You won't see me or Jay on Sunday. You will have Tim and Matt if they turn up. We'll see. That's a big question mark on that, whether they both turn up. Hopefully they do.
Yeah, it's because we're at the gate. Well, we're going out with the lads who we go the match with anyway, aren't we? So we're having that last game, and we won't be here for after the match because hopefully we'll be singing a few pints selling that. But we will be back the next day if the lads don't do it. But we're going to do a season review show anyway, so we'd appreciate if everybody would join us for that as well. Just before we go though, Mick, there's a couple of things in the comments that I just want to bring up because Dan's been with us since we started this, and he's put, "Would you guys keep Phillips?" I'm just going to fire this one at you, mate. He says, "I personally hope we sell. With Kabak, we can always get him from Leipzig in 2 years' time." I see where he's working there. I do, but your thing with Dan on that one.
Yeah, I mean, he's done amazingly well since he came in, so I think that's a bit of a no-brainer, and I think that's him doing that has also been a bad news for Kabak because if Phillips came in and not done so well, then we would have been right. But we need to get rid of the Phillips and then sign Kabak on as well. But the fact that he's came in and done so well kind of did, his curtains for Kabak really, because he definitely keep Phillips around. I think he's deserved at least that for next season, hasn't he, after what he's done.
True, fair enough. And Paul and Dan are laughing at the flashbacks, absolutely. And Ravi's here from YouTube and he's asking, are you guys going to buy the new kit? Like Mick just said, Ravi, I've just put a review and retrospective of the kit and my opinion of it on our channel. So you get my answer there. I'm all about the away kit this season, if it's real. But Mick, new home kit quickly, you going to get it?
Nah, I'll probably get it next year once it's when it's about 30 quid like I did this year. I got them the same. Just I mean, kits like that, they look shy at first, and then you see the players wear them, and then you start. Maybe we smash the league next year, or we do something amazing in the Champions League in it, and you go, right, that's the fun memories for me. And like you say in that video you just been talking about, it's the memories you create in the kit that makes the kit. Albeit the kit isn't great looking at it. It looked, when I seen the Van Dijk behind the scenes, I was like, bit better. Then I seen that on Robbo, and I was like, nah, not a fan. But yeah, I won't buy it, but I probably will buy it next year. But I'm just hoping that we win some trophies in it, and then I'll be like, yeah, it's a bit of a shit kit, but at least we won stuff in it. Correct.
Go on, mate. You sign us off. Thank you to everybody.
No, it's all right. You can do the video, Joe, because I'm on my shitty iPad. So we'll see us on Monday anyway. If Tim and Matt don't do it tomorrow, even if tomorrow on Sunday, if Tim and Matt don't do it on Sunday, we'll still do it on Monday anyway as a little season review, and we'll have a few bevies and have a celebration of the season.
Correct, and to say thank you to everybody as well, because this season's been obviously up and down for everybody in terms of fans, but we do have a massive bunch of regulars that join us on this show, and it's much appreciated. So yeah, we want to get interactive with you guys again on the last episode of the season, and just to say thank you and stuff like that. So we'll definitely do that. So yeah, so me and Mick will be sinking the pints on Sunday. The lads might be here after the game. Hopefully they will be. If not, we'll just save it all for Monday. But yeah. Well, thanks for joining us today, and see you next time.